What's up everyone, Erica here, and I'm back today with another video for you. Today's video is a video that I'm super excited to share with you all. I will be kind of doing a quick, brief little overview of the visit that my family and I took to downtown Disney. I'm going to be sharing with you all the smallest haul in the world ever. I did not go crazy when I was there at downtown Disney, so what I did purchase I will be sharing with you all, along with just like the feeling and what my advice to you is if you're considering going, along with some exciting news for you. Well, I mean, I don't know if it's exciting for you, but I'm going to be sharing some news with you all. So let's do it. This trip was such a special one, even though it was just for the day, and I was hoping to vlog it, but honestly, I didn't force myself to do it. I kind of wanted to live in the moment, obviously, and but I did get some clips, so I will be inserting them here and there throughout the video. The day that I'm filming this is actually a week since we went to downtown Disney, so it was JD, my husband, my daughter Juliana, my mom, and myself. We all loaded up and took off to downtown Disney. For those of you that don't know, downtown Disney is essentially like Disney Springs of Anaheim. You know, Disney Springs is at Walt Disney World. Downtown Disney is here in California in Anaheim. Downtown Disney has been open for a little while now, and they just recently opened up a portion of Buena Vista Street, which for those of you, again, that don't know, that is in part of Disney's California Adventure. I feel like I keep saying for those of you that don't know, but like I don't like speaking as if you all are familiar with what I'm talking about and you're watching this video like, Erica, can you give us some details? So I don't want to spare you on any information. So again, for those of you that don't know, Disneyland and DCA are still very much closed. We are not open for business. I like how we say we, like they have to run it by me. If they were running it by me, it would be open, okay? It would be open. So Disneyland and California Adventure are still closed due to COVID and, you know, the world that we're in right now. We are not fully up and running like Disney World is, that's for sure, which is definitely a bummer. I know that there are people that have had vacations be canceled or rescheduled and the works. It's emotional for me because, you know, the last time we've been to the parks was in December of 2019. We had repurchased our annual passes. So from that moment on, I was thinking, wow, you know, my daughter has this really like adorable connection, like obsession with Mickey Mouse. Like she loved meeting him in person. And you know, people would say like, oh, just wait, when she gets older, she's gonna be terrified of him. And I would think, that's not gonna be her ever, because we're gonna continuously come back like once a month, once every 2 months, along those lines. There won't be an opportunity for her to stop liking Mickey because I'll keep having her meet him. And then when the pandemic hit, you know, we kept thinking like, okay, it'll be a month, it'll be a few more months, it'll be a few more months, and here we are, March 2021, and it's still closed. I was really on the fence about going. Before we went, my husband, JD, asked me multiple times, are you sure this is something you want to do? He was asking me in the way of like, are you going to be sad that we're going but we're not going to Disneyland, or we're not really going to California Adventure? And although I knew that that was going to be sad, I was missing Disney. I still am. I'm missing Disney so much that I just wanted anything that I could get. And I don't live too far from Disneyland, so to us it seemed worth it. Let's just go and see what's going on, see what they have to offer, see what it's like to just be on Buena Vista Street and like just get those feels a little bit. So we decided to go. So a little information, I'm gonna kind of guide you through the day that we had there, along with kind of like just some information in case, again, you guys are interested in going. And I have to be honest with you guys, just packing up our bags to go was nice. We haven't done anything like a staycation or anything of the sort, so just packing a bag like what I would do. I have filmed it before. I have shared with you guys what I pack in my Disney mom bag. I will have the video linked, but it was like that all over again. Making sure I had snacks for Juliana, making sure we had, you know, the portable potty to go just in case on the drive if she has to go. Just things like that. It was fun for me to get everything ready like we were going on this long vacation, even though we literally just went for the day. So that in and of itself was so much fun, just to get that kind of like, let's get geared up to go to Disney kind of feel. Once we got there, from my understanding, you park at, I think it's Simba and Friends, or like the Simba parking structure. So that is on the tail end of downtown Disney, kind of like by the Disneyland Hotel. So you pay $10 to park and then you walk in. They do scan your temperature. They do a thorough bag check. But we decided to go to the other side of the entrance of downtown Disney, and we parked at the Tropicana Hotel. So we did have to pay $20 for the parking, but one of our friends had suggested doing this instead because the entrance to get in, there's almost no line to get in, and we definitely experienced like no waiting to get into the park. They checked our temperature, they checked our bags, everything was just easy peasy. And since we did have to go past DCA first, I absolutely wanted to go to DCA first. Like, I know what's at downtown Disney. I need to see what's at DCA. Good morning, you guys. Good morning from downtown. No, where are we? We're not in downtown Disney. We actually parked at the Tropicana Hotel and we're walking in. Actually, I just want to tell you guys, they check your temperature and now we're walking through the metal detectors, so I'll be right back.
I've never seen that.
The benches?
Yeah.
Oh, they've been here.
Because they're always covered with people.
Yeah. This is nuts, you guys. Okay. You guys, I have you a little closer than normal. One, because you don't have to see my blemishes because my mask is covering it. But two, so you can hear me with my mask. This is bananas. Like, this is obviously, I feel like I didn't even open up this vlog, but who cares at this point? This is the most empty I've ever seen. Like, obviously we're not in the parks, but obviously no one's here buying tickets. We had no issue getting in. We're looking now at the entrance to DCA. There's no line whatsoever. This is bananas. So we went in, and I'll be honest, you guys, right away it was overwhelming. I mean, even walking through the center where you can see Disneyland and you can see DCA, like, that feeling when I'm there is so, it's just a pure joyous feeling, knowing that the rest of my day is going to be spent here at my favorite place on earth. I can go to Disneyland, I can go to DCA. So there were mixed emotions there for me. It felt so great just to be there, and that sounds so dramatic, just to be in the presence of Disney, but it's true. Like, I was so happy that I was allowed to just spend some time there. I did, of course, go up as far as I could to see Disneyland. You know, they do have it roped off, but you know, I was so close. It was sad, but you know, I'm like, let's not dwell, let's keep moving it on. So we did go into DCA. So there were shops open like Elias & Co. and, you know, on the left of Buena Vista Street. On the right, those shops were open as well, but they do have it very well orchestrated, like organized, and that was definitely something I was interested in seeing, because again, unlike Disney World, Disneyland and DCA haven't fully opened up their gates. So I was intrigued to see how cast members were going to go about, like, you know, making sure everything is going according to plan, and they were doing a great job. I saw so many cast members you know, correcting people if their masks were a little bit below their nose, or stopping people if they were drinking and walking. You know, they would say, you know, you need to go and sit in a designated area if you want to take off your mask. So they were following protocols like well, and I felt very safe. After we went to the restroom, we went into Elias & Co. and walked through the stores. And this is something that I felt like I wanted to share with you all. Being a parent during a pandemic is very strange. Like, obviously all of us are dealing with this in the best way we can, but you know, there's no handbook. There isn't even somebody that I can like reference. I can't say, hey mom, how was it taking me to Disneyland when there was a pandemic? You know, there's no real guidance for us with that. So with certain things like this, like it's been a really long time. You guys have to understand, Juliana was 1.5 the last time we went to Disneyland. She was 3 months away from being 2 when the stay-at-home order hit. So, and now she's about to be 3 in June. So it's she spent a lot of her time growing up and learning things here at home, you know, which again, I'm not trying to sound like poor me, but this is just a perfect example of what I'm talking about. So I don't really have a lot of opportunity to take Juliana to a store to see how she's going to behave, because we have been a little more strict with the stay-at-home order. Taking her into Elias & Co. or like the shops at DCA, I was really stressed. I was really worried about how she was going to behave, just letting her go off and like grab mugs that are eye level with her. I'm just thinking like, I'm gonna have a haul of like, here is the $17 million I spent on now broken merchandise because I had to buy everything that my daughter touched and broke in all the stores. But no, she was so well behaved. It was emotional. Like it made me, I'm getting a little bit emotional now because I felt like I wasn't giving her enough credit. I was really worried about it, and then she surprised me in the best way. She listened really well to my mom and I. JD was kind of like, he kind of took the stroller and let me look around, and my mom was kind of maneuvering Juliana. And as you guys can imagine, she's in a huge toy store, so she wants to grab all the plushies, and there's like a big sign that says, please limit, you know, handling the toys or handling the merchandise, obviously because we're in the middle of a pandemic. So it was very, it was challenging, but she did a really great job. So one of the first things that we purchased was a little plush Goofy, and I don't have it to show you guys because Juliana actually is sleeping with it. I'm filming during her nap time right now, and that is definitely something new. She asked us for the first time to sleep with some of her plushies. So right now her 2 favorites are Pluto and Goofy. So she currently has both of them in her room, but I think she's sleeping with Goofy. So I will insert a picture, but she is, I jokingly say she's doing it to spite me because I'm like, Mickey, no Juliana, Mickey. We like Mickey, Mickey. And she's like, what? I love Pluto, I love Goofy. I'm like, I will even take Minnie, come on. No, but she's seriously just in love with her little plushie. So Goofy was one of the first purchases we made, and she took him like, he had to be with her the entire day. And she knew, like the moment she left him in the stroller and she went off, she like came right back and was like, I need Goofy. So that was the first purchase we made. Once we made our way out, one of the main things I wanted, you guys, the only thing I really wanted from this trip was a Disney corn dog. I know some of y'all are like, give me the Dole Whip, give me the churro, give me the Mickey pretzel. No, I'm all about the corn dog. The Disneyland corn dog is where it's at, but now, you know, Disney shared its secrets with DCA, so it is also at Disney's California Adventure. So we hustled over to Award Wieners, and there, lo and behold, they had my very sought after Disneyland corn dog. So at this point, I had reached out to a very good friend of mine. If you guys are following me on Instagram, you might have already seen who I met up with, but I met up with my beautiful friend Rita over at Enchanted Rita. Rita and I have become a lot closer over the past like month or so. We've been talking so much more, and I told her that we were gonna be trying to get out there. So she's like, let me know, I'm gonna try to come on my lunch break, and bless her, she did. Like, she paid for parking to come hang out with us for a while. So Rita, I had so much fun hanging out with you, even if it was just such a short amount of time. Rita had lunch with us, we all ate and had our corn dogs, and we got some souvenirs from Award Wieners, I guess. So I will show you that now. I realize how weird that sounds that we bought souvenirs from there, but you'll understand. So one of the things that they had there were apple pie funnel cake fries, and I was like, yes, we need that. We bought corn dogs and chips and the drinks and all that. So with the funnel cake fries, it came with a little souvenir tray. And my mom was like, yeah, get it for Juliana. I'm like, okay, you know this is going up in my room, right? So it came in this adorable little Mouseketeer hat. All I did, and if you guys are big popcorn bucket collectors, you guys will know the little hack, I guess you can call it, the little hack. You can ask for the souvenir, but ask for the whatever, like the popcorn or the funnel fries in this case, to be served separately, so we didn't have to deal with them being in here and getting messy and stuff. So we got the souvenir, and I don't know, I think it's cute, so we got that. And then Juliana also got a little Disneyland globe tumbler that is still downstairs because she's obsessed with it. So I will insert a picture of it here. It's adorable. It's totally catered to Disneyland. It has characters of total like nostalgia Disneyland, like Mr. Toad and Dumbo and things like that. It's adorable. So I'm glad that she got that because I think it's super cute as well. Rita sat with us and we enjoyed our food and we just got to talking and things like that, and it was just a really enjoyable time. But something that I was telling Saria about, and she was like, you need to do a video on this, because she was like laughing at me, but I'm telling you, you guys, I was not telling her this to be funny. It was an actual experience, so I'm gonna share that with you. Now, obviously, because Rita and I haven't ever met in person, I was very like engaged in having a conversation with her, and I'm like tending to Juliana, making sure she's taken care of, the whole thing. But it's like I almost forgot about the corn dog, right? I almost forgot that like it's here, it's in front of me. I'm about to eat what my dreams are made of, essentially. So I'm like talking to Rita and I take a bite of the corn dog, and I swear, you guys, I must have looked like That's So Raven. Like that's what I imagine I looked like. You know when Raven from That's So Raven had a vision and she's like, and like in her eye and it's like zooming, zooming, zooming. I imagine that's what I looked like eating this corn dog. Or at least that's what was going through my mind. Like it was everything I wanted it to be. Like it was so good. It was crispy but sweet, piping hot. Like I used tons of mustard. I feel like I shouldn't go on and on because this is a love story about me and a corn dog. I understand, but like I also feel like I need to tell you guys it was everything I wanted it to be, and it was a great moment. Like it was a great moment. I'm meeting my friend, but also it's a great moment and I'm having this amazing corn dog with my family and my friend in freaking DCA. Like that was a highlight, absolutely. So from there, we walked around a little bit. We did go over by Monsters Inc. and Rita and I took some pictures there. Juliana was kind of just running around going nuts. And from there, Rita did have to take off because like I said, she was on her lunch break. My family and I just continued on. We did try to go like the furthest we could towards Cars Land, which honestly, we passed Carthay Circle and went a little bit by like the winery, but there wasn't really much over there. I was able to see a little bit more of like the progress they've made on Stark Industries and Marvel Land, whatever they've got going on over there. It looked really cool, so I'm so excited to continue to see more progress. Then we did hear that they opened up Grizzly Peaks a little bit more, but not from what I saw. We were able to pass Soarin' entirely and then almost like to the edge of the Grand Californian Hotel, but that was really it. They didn't let us go any further than that. So from there, we just kind of made our way back. We were taking our time. Juliana is really into sitting down on any bench she finds and demanding snacks. So there was a lot of like leisurely sitting and people watching, which is honestly so fun to do, like no matter when we go. So from there, we made our way to downtown Disney. We wanted to see what stores were open and things like that. So JD and I were ready for our second coffee of the day. So I was eager to get to the Starbucks in downtown Disney. And I will tell you guys, the reason I'm mentioning this is because that Starbucks has their shit together. You know, they had the spacing and everything. Everyone's so friendly. Like we just had such a pleasant experience there with all cast members, really. So we got our Starbucks, and then I don't know why I completely forgot. I wouldn't have had another coffee if I would have remembered Salt and Straw. So JD and I got our coffees and we decided to sit down, and my mom took Juliana to go get Salt and Straw, and I was like, oh, why did I not think to hold out on my coffee and have an ice cream? Like I could have had both, but I couldn't even, you know, it's like too much. It was too much sweet. So I held off on the ice cream, but Juliana had hers and she was living. She had 2 ice creams because, you know, my mom can't just get her 1 ice cream. That would be ridiculous. So we sat and we had our coffee and our ice cream in our designated spot. You know, we could take off our masks and enjoy in peace. And it was so much fun. So one of the very last things we did was we went to World of Disney, which is, you know, the big old Disney store in downtown Disney. I will be honest with you guys, I went into this day trip thinking there was gonna be a lot of lines, and with a toddler, I wasn't really willing to do that. I didn't want to go thinking, I'm gonna go to this store, I'm gonna go to this store. I didn't think it was realistic for me to assume that we would be waiting in these super long lines with a toddler. I just didn't. So when we had passed by the World of Disney, the line was very long. So I ended up just telling JD and my mom, like, look, I know we have this discount, but I don't think it's worth it. You know, if Juliana has like a meltdown or something and then we have to get out of line, like, it's not worth it. But we did it anyway. We ended up waiting in line and it went by very quickly. You know, there were cast members along the line kind of ushering you along and making sure you're wearing your mask properly and all that good stuff. So we did get to go into World of Disney and I will show you guys what I purchased. So one of the first things that I grabbed was this shirt. It's Walt and Mickey on this heathered navy blue tee. It looks kind of distressed, like the castle is, it looks like it's kind of painted on, if you will, and then here it says the Disneyland Resort. This is probably, I think, like my 3rd or 4th shirt with the partner statue on it. So it is also a men's shirt, so I did grab it in a size small, and it was $25, but because we have the annual pass, we got 30% off the entire purchase. So I don't remember how much this ended up being, but it was a good deal, I can assure you that. And the last 2 items that I purchased, I told you guys it's a really small haul. Oh, but the last 2 items that I purchased, I feel like if you know me well, you're gonna be very surprised with the purchases that I made because I purchased some plushies. I'm not really big on plushies, like, at all. I don't purchase them. I don't really ask for them. Like, I don't know. I have a almost 3-year-old. Our house is overflowing with stuffed animals. I don't really need more, you know? But I made an exception because I have been wanting these 2 items specifically for as long as I can remember in my adult life. And I am talking about these beautiful crocheted Mickey and Minnie, Steamboat Willie Mickey and Minnies. So I have always wanted these, you guys, and I feel like, obviously you guys know I love Steamboat Willie and I love Mickey and everything, but something about the crocheted version of them, they're so adorable, just very classic and minimalistic vibes. Like, I just love them. And the story of these is, I remember seeing Mickey and Minnie and I wanted both of them, but at the time I'm like, okay, I can't justify spending, you know, $60. Like, I think they're both, yeah, $27.99. I remember being like, I can't justify not only spending $30 on one, but on 2. And I don't know, like, and then the older I got, I'm like, forget it. I'm gonna get both of them and they can sit on my bed, like on my master bed. They can be my little like decor items. But every time I would go, they only had Mickey. I had not seen Minnie back. And then they had Oswald for a little while. And I'm like, I don't need Mickey and Oswald. I need Mickey and Minnie. So I saw them there, and you know, with 30% off, like, I was like, now's the time. They're both here. I'm an adult. I can buy $60 worth of plushies if I want to because I'm a grown woman. I can do these things. These are the 2 that I bought. I love them. I'm so happy with them. And I haven't put them on my bed yet because I wanted to keep them to show you guys, but I love them so much. So happy I finally got my hands on them. I think the last thing I bought that I didn't show you guys is because it's gone was some popcorn from the parks. Juliana got to that on the car ride home and it was a whole thing. It was hilarious. So after we left the World of Disney, honestly, we were all kind of spent. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. It was a little on the crisp side, like we were good in our t-shirts and you know, it was a little bit chilly, but not enough to put our jackets on. Like, just the most beautiful, perfect day. But we are still very much so like living that pandemic life. Like, our endurance isn't very high these days. Like, We don't go out and do something like for an entire day. So by the time we were out of World of Disney, all 4 of us were like wiped out. We were so tired. So we did one little last lap around downtown Disney and we were ready to go home. So we walked ourselves back to the Tropicana, and you know, it was sad passing Disneyland again and like leaving, but you know, it gave me hope. And I feel like that sounds, again, I'm sorry if I'm being super dramatic, but it did. It gave me hope that we're moving in the right direction. You know, there is a vaccine, and as long as people keep following the guidelines and, you know, being respectful to one another, I think that we're moving in a good direction. And it definitely made me feel good. Like I overall, like, yes, it was a little bit sad, but overall I really enjoyed my time. What's up, you guys? I am interrupting this video because I am editing this to go up tomorrow. By the time you're watching this, it's Saturday, March 6th, but I'm editing this on Friday, March 5th. And there was some breaking news today that come April 1st, Disneyland is able to open. As you can probably imagine, I've been a whirlwind of emotions today. I'm so excited. I'm over the moon, especially editing this right now. And I'm talking so much about being hopeful and just being excited for what the future holds. And here I am editing it, but I'm able to tell you guys that the future's looking bright. Like Disneyland is looking like it might be opening sooner than we were expecting. And it just makes me so happy. Obviously, you guys know Disneyland is my home park, and I am just overjoyed, and I really just felt the need to like come on and just tell you guys that future's looking bright. It's looking like maybe, I don't know, maybe Disney wanted to do this Touch of Disney thing to gauge how the crowds would react to the parks opening back up. So fingers crossed that we are in the home stretch and we don't need to wait that much longer to make it back to our second home. So I will, of course, do my best to keep you guys posted. Be sure you're following me on Instagram and all that good stuff. I will try to keep you guys as up to date with the news as I can. But for now, let's get back into it. Now, for those of you that have littles, I had a couple of my friends ask me if the characters are out. No, they are not. There isn't much for the babies to do. But I will say, me personally, letting Juliana just like run, and obviously within a safe distance, I wasn't just like, good luck. But you know, my mom was with her, or I would chase after her. That alone was something that I feel like, you know, she doesn't know that this isn't Disneyland. Like she doesn't know that Disneyland is closed or there's more. Like it did make me sad, but it also made me happy to know that there's so much more. And whenever the next time is that we come back, like she'll remember, and maybe it'll just get better every single time that we go. So all in all, I would suggest you go. If you're a huge Disney person like myself, it was absolutely worth it. I totally enjoyed my time just being there and experiencing the Disney magic just for a day, for a short time. So the last part of this video, I guess, is gonna be the little portion of fun, exciting news I have for you all. No, I am not coming to you with a trip announcement to Disney World or anything like that. Although we aren't entirely comfortable with like flying there and all that good stuff just yet, I am very excited to share with you all that my husband JD, my daughter Juliana, and myself will be attending the event, the A Touch of Disney event being put on over at Disney's California Adventure. The day that I'm filming this is March 4th, and the tickets were just released today. I was in communication with a lot of you, a lot of my friends, a lot of my subscribers and things like that, just kind of discussing like, are you guys gonna go? Did you get in? Did you get tickets? And it was stressful, just like any kind of Disney release, right? Everything has to have so much dramatic flair to it. I am so fortunate. One of my friends was able to snag some tickets for JD and I. Juliana is still free because she's under the age of 3. So we will be attending, and we will be going on one of the first days that the event is put on. So I'm so excited to go and to experience it, and just to hopefully get just a little more Disney magic. Like I'm hoping that more shops will be open. I'm so excited. I seriously can't wait. I'm also just really hoping that this is Disney's way of starting to get the ball rolling with opening up more and more and more sections of the park. But just for this, like alone, I'm so excited, and I hope to share some of that experience with you all. I think that's gonna do it for this little overview of my downtown Disney trip, my upcoming trip to attend the Touch of Disney event going on at California Adventure, and the teeniest baby haul. If you guys have any questions for me, or if there's anything that I can help you with, don't forget to leave me a comment or shoot me a DM on Instagram. I will be more than happy to help you out in any way, shape, or form that I can. But for now, I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video, and I hope to see you back again for the next one. Bye.